My name is Jamila. I am the mother of Myliah Brianna Harris. Myliah was born May 16, 1994 at 6:06 p.m. in Spartanburg, South Carolina. As a child, Myliah loved to be photographed. She loved posing for pictures. She loved talking. Growing up, she, of course, loved to dance and be all into makeup and, her friends. And as an adult, she got into a little film. Never let go of those pictures. Myliah got 1,000 pictures. But that was her life. She was a very responsible adult. She lived semi-carefree. That was her. So every Saturday morning, since her death, and it probably lasted for about a year, I would watch something on TV and I would just cry. It didn't matter what it was. I tried to put on something that was funny. I didn't want to watch any drama or anything, but we watched a lot of TV together. She and I did. And I think it was just the fact that I was spending that time by myself versus spending that time with her. It really saddened me, and that was my devastating place. That was my deep depression state that I was in every Saturday. Nobody knew it. It was just me. And so I had to pull myself out of that because I was determined not to be depressed. I was determined to figure out a way to get through it and try to help somebody else in the same breath, because I was getting a lot of, oh, you're so strong. Oh, I don't know how you're doing this. I don't know if I could. And really, honestly, I don't know how I could either. But I did, with God's help. And that's where the book came from. It was just me remembering everything about her from beginning to end. And it was so vivid to me as it is today. Just remembering her from birth to her toddler years, her preteens, her teenage years, her high school years, her adulthood, everything that has happened to her that I was able to be a part of is in this book. And it really helped me move. And I can't say move past, because I'll never do that, but it really helped me to move forward. And so in the process of publishing the book, because I wrote the book within a year after her passing, but I wrote it for me. I never thought that it would help somebody else. But in the midst of publishing the book, my mom died, my grandmother died, more friends passed, and I kept going back to the words that I wrote in the book, and it just was helping me to grieve. It was helping my grieving process. And so I knew if it was helping me, that it could help somebody else. And that's when I decided to go ahead and publish. Okay, so I am Myliah's Aunt Cherry, Jamila's oldest sister, and Myliah was just such a sweet child. She was like an angel here on earth, quiet, meek, mild. I could say all kind of things about her. But I want to tell this little story about when we were at church one Sunday. She was mild and meek, but always with the times. And she walked past me and my friend at church, and she looked cute as always, you know, up to date, look fashionable, but her lips were so red. Like, really? And I mean, they were bright red. And I said, Myliah, them lips really red. She said, oh, thanks, and twisted off. But I was like, oh, that wasn't really a compliment. But that was just something a little funny about how she just so nonchalant, so sweet, so caring. She kept everybody in the family together. You really didn't even know she was in the house unless you asked where she was. Just so quiet, do anything for you. And I know, like, every Friday she would come to my salon. Aunt Cherry, do you want me to do anything? And I already knew what that was. That's so she can get some money for gas, go in that little bug she had. And I could go on and on with stories, but I'll leave it right there. She is truly missed. I'm proud of my sister for finally finishing her book about their lives together, and I hope that it inspires somebody to not live in greed, to celebrate their loved ones' loss, and to always hold them dear in your heart.
I just want to start with saying I love y'all, and I'm thankful to be a part of this event. Hateful that it's on this type of occasion, but Myliah was a wonderful person, a great spirit. We used to beat them up, me and Pa. We always won. They never did. They never did. Her and Myliah used to hope that they would win one day. They prayed real hard about it. But I doubt it. But Myliah was a sweet person. Anything you ask her for, she'll definitely give it to you. She'll do anything that she could to help anybody. And regardless of the fact that she had health conditions, you can never tell.
Yeah, never tell.
You can never tell. She walked around with a smile.
Yeah, but it's not a day that goes by that we don't miss her. It's very unfortunate, but I wish it was still here.
I remember last time we went out, we was all crib over in them hills. We were trying to go see Boosie. Myliah's feet was hurting, and all feet was hurting.
I cannot walk in hills to save my life.
She couldn't either.
But we still did. We still put our clothes on.
So that was the one out of all of us that couldn't wear heels at all. I'm trying to tell you.
We miss you, girl.
Right.
Yeah, so much. Every day.
But we love you. You're such a sweet person, and we truly miss you wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
My name is Gerard Rogers. I'm Myliah's first cousin, her oldest cousin on her mama's side. The memories I can think of about Myliah is just really the ones I like is when she was a baby. That was like my baby. Like, I wouldn't let nobody hold her. When I got off the bus from school, the first person I wanted to see was Myliah. We used to call her Cricket, and that nickname stuck with me anyway. I always called her Cricket. I love you, Myliah. I miss you, and I mean, there's many more memories, but really when she was a baby, that's really what the memories I love. And also dance groups. My aunt, she used to have Hot Like Fire, and that was my baby then too. We always used to bust some moves at my aunt's house. I used to babysit them all the time. I love you, Myliah.
I met Myliah through her father. She was such a blessing. She loved everyone. You couldn't help but smile and laugh when you were around her. She brought so much joy to everybody's life, including mine. In the short time that I did know her, she just loved me. She embraced me. I just felt like I was part of the family, and I really miss her, and I love her, and I still love her.
When my daughter passed, I feel as if I was actually prepared, and I don't know how I was prepared for her to pass, but God really did a thing on me the days that she was in the hospital. And even before then, because we knew that this was a horrible, horrible thing that she was going through her whole life. And I just became aware of what could happen. I became aware of what we could try to do about it. But of course, everything is left up to God, right? So in her passing, I feel like I went into what people didn't see was a very dark place. Everybody saw me as being very strong. Everybody saw me as, you know, how could you continue going on with your child passing? But it honestly wasn't me. And as you were reading the book, some of those days were very much blurry. I didn't even realize I was in the world. And if I could continue going without even realizing that I'm going, we know, or I know, that that's nobody but God. The Holy Spirit definitely carried me through this process, and I was really, really dealing with a lot. So this book assisted me in getting through that process. Just writing down all of my feelings, just being able to compile everything that happened to her from birth to death. And that's what this book is. This is from the very beginning to her very end. Just being able to remember those key things that happened with her, I think was a very awesome thing, and it allowed me to get through that process. So I really hope that this blesses y'all. I really hope that it inspires you to keep going regardless of what you're going through or what has happened to you, because we know that everything that happens is for somebody else. So I wanted to give this back to people that are hurting and don't know how to get through it. Because in the addition to losing her, I've also lost numerous of other people, including both my grandmothers and my mother. So again, I refer back to everything that helped me get through my daughter's death. So in saying that, I did want to just read a little insert of the book, just to get you going. And I'm going to start on chapter 1 and just give you that. If you want to, you want to go ahead? I'm going to sign it for you, but did you want to go ahead and follow along in this lesson? And before I actually do that, so this book was bought by someone else that was here earlier today, and she wanted somebody to be blessed by this book. And what I want to do is bless Miss Kyra Dixon with this book, because she's here on support straight off the road. I know what it's like getting to Atlanta and coming back, and she was the first one in the door. So I want to bless Kyra with this book. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. So I want to start on chapter 1. Friday, May 13, 1994. I will never forget this time in my life. I was 16 years old and scared out of my mind to be a mother, but the time had come. As I went into labor, I didn't know what to expect other than all the different stories everyone was telling me. Well, here was the first surprise. I went into labor and nothing happened. I mean, I was only 16, but I figured it would happen like it did on TV. I thought my water would break and instantly I'd be rushed to the hospital to give birth. But that's not quite how it happened. Friday came and went, Saturday came, and I was still in labor, still at home, and still no baby. I was doing everything. I was walking, eating beans, going up and down stairs just to try to have this baby. Sunday came and I was still in labor, y'all. My cousins had stayed with me all weekend doing everything they could to help, but nothing. I was in labor all weekend with this baby, and I felt miserable, excited, nauseous, and hungry all at the same time. Y'all know how it is. I'm skipping over to page 5 at the bottom paragraph. Born 6:06 p.m. on May 16, 1994, at Spartanburg Regional Medical Center in Spartanburg, South Carolina. to Michael L. Harris Sr. and Jamila R. Dillard was a beautiful baby girl. Her maternal grandmother, Janie L. Smith, also present at the hospital with us. Myliah weighed 5 pounds, 4 ounces, and was 19 3/4 inches long. She had a head full of hair and even hair all over her face. She was the sweetest thing I had ever seen in my life. Auntie Shell came up with her name, and I chose the spelling. And we named her Myliah Brianna Harris. I really hope y'all will continue to read it. I really hope you love it. I love it. I want to thank my publisher for sticking with me. I gave her a very small window to work in, and she got it done. She's not here today, but I appreciate her. I appreciate the friends that Myliah had. I appreciate the cousin Myliah had, her first best friend. I appreciate everybody that stepped into her life. And that stepped into my life. I have to stop. So if anybody would like to get up, we're gonna do reflections now. We'll go ahead and do reflections, 2 minutes for anybody that would like to say something. And please don't forget to do your personal documentary over here in the corner. But if anybody would like to say something, the mic is open at this time.
As y'all know, Myliah is our sister, you know, and it's been a lot of things I could talk about, but my first thing I want to say is, man, I remember when I couldn't drive, and she just got that bug, and we went, you know, we was in Georgia. She stopped at the top of the street, man. We just turned on, they ain't there on our road, y'all know what I'm talking about, Terra Boulevard at. She turned right there, man, switched seats with me, let me drive, you know what I'm saying, so she could record me, so I could send it out all my peers and stuff, make it seem like I be driving, but I wasn't driving, man. So you know, that'd be the first thing that come to mind when I get in my feelings and everything, so I can feel good. But yeah, man, that's my little reflection. You want to say something, baby? Okay, yeah. Yeah, you can talk more than that. You be playing around. Okay, baby.
Okay.
Anybody?
I just want to say that I was thankful to know Myliah through Pumpkin and Pie. Some great people, and Myliah was a beautiful person inside and out, and I'm thankful that you had her and blessed us with her to know her this time that we did get to know her. Thank y'all.
My twin, you feel me? So, really, me and Myliah was like best of friends, really, you know what I'm saying? But we bumped heads a lot for no odd reason, just because we was damn near the same person. But through all our bump heads, you know what I'm saying, through all our disagreements, whatever, you know what I'm saying, I know that that was one person I can count on through any situation, you know what I'm saying? If I was down bad, if I felt like, you know what I'm saying, the world was against me, I go talk to her 20, 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying, sit back and vibe, you know what I'm saying, then everything could be better by the time we get through. So really, I just want to say that I love her and best thing that ever happened to me.
So y'all don't really know it like I know how to get under the skin. Myliah was real dramatic, all right? She was very dramatic. She overlapped that stuff. I touch her feet, she had like I done killed her. So she was just, I miss her being dramatic, man. That's something I used to fuck with. Yeah, you know, so, I mean, everybody got their own way of dealing with it. Love y'all.
Can't go no more. Can't go no more. You want to say something? You already went 3 times. See right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this brief, but one of my favorite moments with her, I ain't gonna lie, is she was my way to get out of trouble a lot. Every time I get in trouble by anybody, or one of us get into it, play fighting or whatever, she was a shield, and I would talk my mess behind her, and ain't nothing you can do. She helped me get out of trouble with my bond, anything, and
one of the things that I do carry around, like I'm trying to make my nickname for her, is she called me Mook Mook a lot, Damage, all types of nicknames and stuff, but that's one thing I do miss about her, is calling me all these nicknames and stuff, but that's all.
Myliah's cousin, because her mom is my little cousin, which makes her my even littler cousin. And we did not know each other intimately. We didn't spend a lot of time together, but we loved each other. We knew we were family. And every time we saw each other, there was an excitement. There was, you know, loving and hugging and kissing and everything, because she was so sweet. And even though I didn't spend a whole lot of one-on-one time with her, I knew, she was just a sweet person. And I watched her love on people. I run into her at work sometime, and I saw how she carried herself. And it made me proud to know that that was my little cousin. And she was just a sweet girl and beautiful. You know, we know she's beautiful. And as someone said earlier, inside and out. Thank you.
Anybody else want to say a few words? Yes, sir. Girl,
Hi, I'm Myliah's grandfather, and she was, to me, like an angel. She could come into the room and leave, and I never know when she came in, I never know when she left. But what I used to enjoy, she would come in and sit between me and my wife on the couch, and she would ask questions about life, and we would talk to her, but she was so sensitive that she was easy to take advantage of if he was that type of person. Little boys get a car and ride around while she worked. I said, don't do that. I said, that's your car, but don't let him do that. She said, well, he needed to do this and that, which he didn't do, but she felt like if she could help somebody, she would. I've seen her take care of people's dogs. My wife didn't like dogs, but she would allow Myliah to bring the dogs in the house. Myliah had the run of the house. She could do, and she was just my little angel. I can't explain the love that I had for her and the love that she gave back to us as we did our short life. I didn't like her working, and I wanted to buy an ice cream truck. Maybe she could work that truck and not have to go the day she didn't feel good, but you couldn't keep her from going to work. And she was going to work, and she was going to be independent. And I loved that about her. But she was my heart. I'm probably biased about what I say because I knew her, I did know her intimately. She was mine. I felt like she was mine. And the reason I did that, because that's the way she acted. She was so sweet, kind, gentle, loving, and I'm through.
The one thing that I remember about Myliah was her smile. You know, like every time I would come home from Clemson or, you know what I'm saying, wherever I was, like she was always like, hey Gerard, just big smile, you know what I'm saying? Just, I love Myliah. Like, I called her Little Cricket still, even though, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, stopped calling her, but that was my name for her. And just like the dance groups and the last time I had seen her, I think I was going to a concert. Everybody was at the apartment, and I could just see that she was hurting. And I mean, that whole night, I kept on like postponing trying to go because I just wanted to sit there and be around y'all because I ain't see y'all so long. But I mean, sometimes I get mad at myself about that by going because I mean that was really the last time I got to see her. And but I love her. You know what I'm saying? I miss her. And That's it.
My name is Anne Marie. I met Myliah when she was a little girl, and I always refer to her as an angel. She was never, to me, she was the perfect child, the perfect teenager, the perfect person, and she blossomed into a very, very beautiful woman. And I always admired her relationship with Myliah, and that was always my goal with my children, to have an open, loving relationship as they had. And when I moved to Indianapolis, Shakira, my oldest, was having a hard time, missing me and her siblings. And I called Myliah and I told her, and she went and got Shakira and took her out and spent the day with her. And all it took was a phone call. She was so loving and so caring, and her heart was so open and beautiful. And I will always celebrate her life, because she was nothing but an angel. That's all I have to say, and I'm thankful for knowing her and being with her and sharing her experience. And I love her. Thank you.
Anybody else?
My favorite memory probably would be the last one that we shared. Mother's Day, May 2018. I came up from Atlanta and spent the weekend with my kids, and then somehow me and Myliah dipped off, and the guy that I was dating at the time, we all dipped off to Greenville and walked around Greenville. Now, if y'all my friends and y'all know me, y'all know I don't do no lot of walking. Right, but for some reason, I had a second wind that day, and we went to Greenville downtown, and we walked around for a long time, and we enjoyed each other's company, and we sung, and we just was, and it was as if nobody else was out there that night. We didn't do it, we just walked. We didn't stop in no shops, we didn't eat, we didn't drink, we just walked and talked and laughed and sung, and that was the very last time that she and I hung out. So that is very, very special to me.
She said, extraordinary person. As the lady said, she thought she was an angel. I also thought so too. She was actually living with us, and all of a sudden she came in with her dad, and she had been to the emergency room. And how she got out, I don't know. I was sitting there watching TV, and she didn't even tell us she felt bad that day. And he brought her back in. And, Ma, where you been? I didn't want to disturb y'all. I had to go to the emergency room. And today, I don't know what the problem was, but that was just the way she was. And I could understand if she wasn't already there, but she left some kind of way. I don't know how, I cannot explain it. And plenty of times she would come into the room, and I looked, and there she is. You couldn't hear her walk on the floor, you hear me? I'm not sure she was walking on the floor. But she was very, very unusual, very, and all I say is it was God. It was God. And he had a time for us to share with her. Even at her funeral, I had a little something to say. And the first thing I said was, hold your head up. This is a celebration. And if you hadn't been nice to her, if you hadn't lived the life that you should live, this is going to show you how you should live. We should get something out of everybody's death. Death is not a sad thing. We will say, oh, she's in a better place. But then right behind it, she left too early. What do you mean too early? That's God's business. We don't have anything to do with that. We just try to learn everything we don't need to know. We're not gonna know everything. But the word said when we meet him, he'll be like us. And we, as Christians, is not ordinary people. We are peculiar people. We are people that do things that the world just don't understand. And because I know both sides of it, I've been in the world. And a whole lot of it I wasn't trying to understand. But time will tell you something if you listen. Amen.
Amen.
No.
Thank you. All right. So if we have no other questions, reflections, any other reflections? No, anybody else want to say anything? She got best friends in here I haven't heard from, but you know, I'm just wondering
Night, y'all. And this dude was trying to talk to Plankton. So Plankton lied to him and told him Myliah was her girlfriend. So the dude went and tried to talk to Plankton. Tell me why he squatted up with Myliah. He was about to beat her up. He was about to beat Myliah up because of Plankton. Yeah. The dude was dead serious. When Plankton said, oh, this is my girlfriend right here, he was like, what's up? Myliah couldn't do nothing but laugh. But that was a funny story to me, y'all, because it was definitely hilarious. And we already talked about her heels. She couldn't walk in heels. That was one of them, too. Yeah. She was going to get beat up for you, girl. Now come up here and talk for her. She was going to take her.
Hi. Myliah was just my little niece, and that's all I knew about her. And I loved her, but I've always lived in Michigan all of her life. And whenever I would come home, it was just like I had lived next door to her, because she was always glad to see me, and I was glad to see her. I loved her, and I regret to this day that I was not able to come home to her funeral. It was a time when traveling was not the best thing for me. I have a mourning home, but I regret
Well, the first memory I have of Myliah, we was at her house watching Sister Act, and the part where they started singing, and she was just singing it just like the woman, and we was laughing so hard, and she just kept on rewinding and singing and stuff. But I don't know, I love my cousin, I miss her, and I really hate how our situation or relationship ended. You know, we wish that we would have, squashed it or talked it out before everything happened. But I know that she still loved me when we did see each other. And she know that I love her and I miss her so much. And I just pray that she knows that. And I really wish she was still here. And just like my auntie said, she was my first best friend. She will always be my first best friend. That's how I'm
They are still processing. There were times where I thought I wanted to take the family to see a therapist. I didn't know what to do. They were taking it good because they were trying to make sure I was good. But then on their own separate journeys, they're still processing right now. There are days where we can get together and we can talk about her and it be all good. And there are days when we get together and I have to hold them one by one just to make sure that everybody's okay. She was huge in our life, and we'll never ever get past this trauma, but we're definitely getting through it as a family.
Alright, so I don't know if anybody else remember this, but I remember this. So it was this little dude in Cannon Point, well, my J remember too. So, you know what I'm saying, we got into it or whatever, and I ended up beating the little dude up. So the little dude went home to go get his sister, you know what I mean? So I went to go get mine, you know what I mean? And they stayed right across the street, and Myliah came out of their house, she checked his sister, told her don't say nothing to me out the way, don't even talk to me, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I never forget that right there. That was real gangster, you know, because that's how my mom made us, you know what I mean? So
yeah, real defensive, real protective.
Yeah. Family oriented, and I love that, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna forget that.
Yeah, she had a real good soft heart. Yeah, you can't. But it's like when you need her to be strong and be on that, she'll be on that. But this my memory was. Alright, so look, we was on the highway headed from Georgia, come back to Spartanburg. Now I'm driving, you know what I mean? She in the passenger seat. I'm probably going regular speed limit. She like, we need to hurry up and get there. You feel me? It's time to get to Spartanburg. So I done sped up. I done started going probably about 85 miles per hour, 86 to be exact. Because the police done clocked me. There's a police on the side of the road. He done clocked me. I'm thinking he ain't really get me because he didn't pull out fast enough. I keep on going down the highway after we passed him. Once we passed him, I seen him pull out and start flying down the road. Like, he just started flying. But there was an 18-wheeler beside me. So when I seen him, I'm thinking like, maybe he's gonna keep on shooting past me and not see me. I done sped up, jumped in front of the 18-wheeler and bagged up, you feel me? So now I'm like so close, you can't get between me and the 18-wheeler. Yeah. Man, she laughing. No, we both kind of like quiet right now because we want to see what the police gonna do. Police get to flying down the road and get right by me. And see they can't get in, they stop and say, pull over. He said, pull over. I'm like, shit, this nigga serious. Get pull over, or why would you go so fast? Man, we just trying to get the Spartanburg. We just trying to get the Spartanburg, bro. But we should have lied. Thinking back on it, we should have lied. Saying, man, something wrong with it. We trying to hurry up. We trying to do something, get out the ticket. He like, boy, you was going 4 more miles per hour, you would have been paying, because my ticket was like 200. He was like, if you was going 4 more, that would have been excessive speeding. That would have been 20 miles per hour. He was like, you would have been paying $900. I said, boy, I'm glad I was going 80. I'm glad I was going 86. Man. Man, my favorite one is when we was at CC's Pizza, bro. It was me. I think it was everybody except for JTD and Deuce. I think it was my birthday.
I was there. Everybody got my face smashed with the cake.
Oh yeah, with the cake. Yeah. We are all sitting there singing Happy Birthday, and then the first one that started off is Myliah getting me. Piece of cake. Then it goes up from there. I think I was trying to get her back, and then what really happened was we were really trying to get TJ because he ain't want nothing, no parts or nothing. So he was upset. We finally get back to the crib. I think we all in the car. Myliah like, wait till he don't notice. We gonna catch him slipping. Get out the car. I forgot who came around, but they had hit him in the face with the cake, bro. And he was mad. We still got that picture. Oh, he was mad, bro. Lou. Yeah, Lou. He chased me in the car.
Like, you look sick in that bitch. You look straight mad like.
Okay, so me.
right? So I remember back in the terrace, it was something, we got into a little spat, a little altercation for some reason, right? So next thing I know, she pull out this clear belt, like the ones with the little two silver holes, right? So she pulled that shit out and she started whooping me, and I'm mad as hell while she whooping me, right? So I get up and I like push her.
I remember this
after she pushed me, bro, after I pushed her, it was like she just went fucking crazy, man. She go grab the damn, I know it was an iron, bro. It was a fucking iron, bro. She go grab an iron out of the hall closet, bro. Chase me downstairs, back upstairs. I shut the door, and like she like on the other side of the door, all calm and shit. She like, you can open it. Open the fucking door. She throw the fucking
Open the door, it's all good. Open the door.
It's all good. We good.
It's all good.
Open the door though. It was so fucking funny, bro. I'm talking about like, bro, the moment I open the door, you see the fucking iron just go right by my damn head.
I remember y'all fighting with that
clear belt.
Nah, on the steps. She had that broom.
I know what you talking about. Yeah.
I said, boy, these motherfuckers going at it. They hate each other.
I think that's all for the 15 talk. You know what I'm saying?
15, like,
for real, man.
Yeah, straight like that, man.
Get in. I can't do it.
Take me a picture with it. What's up, homie?
I'm trying to get my seed, man.
What she want? She got a
balloon. I don't know where that pink balloon is.
I think it had
pop. Go get it, baby. Let's take a picture real quick, okay?
Let's do it.
And I got you. Okay?
Picture first. Come on, bro.
Take cheese.
You need to calm down.
Look at cheese.
You wanna go a little bit more? Drop it. I will drop it, bro.
Come on, you gotta be quick now.
Oh! Come on, leave him out.
I ain't gonna leave me out of my phone.
You gotta get out of the way.
One more time. Man, let me sit down.
I was just saying, you did it the first time.
Boy, it's so funny, bro.
And go.
I don't know why you doing
Come on with it. You don't want me holding you.
That's so cute. I just really wanted to reflect on my emotions and just how I love Myliah. She's my first, of course, niece. I love her to death. I call her my protege. She was very, very sweet. I loved her unconditionally, and she really grew up with me, basically. It was very, very hard when we lost her because I really did feel like I lost a part of me. I mean, I have my own son, I have my own child, but because she was my very first niece, my very first love, I really felt like I lost a part of me. But her legacy lives on. She was an angel here on earth, and I honestly feel like the world did not deserve her here. So she did her purpose. She brought her family together. She loved everybody unconditionally, and it was sad. It's still sad, but I just reflect on the good times and just I really don't know, because my experience with her was one of a kind, and I miss her dearly, and I love her.
Hi, my name is Allison. I am a friend of Jamila, as well as Christine. I never met Myliah, but through the conversations that I had with her mother, as well as with her brothers and her family, it seemed as if she was an amazing young woman. I do know that life is short, but she definitely has been a blessing to many people, and I wish I would have had the opportunity to meet her, but I am glad that I am able to experience it through her family. Thank you.
It's been a while without my girl. Honestly, like, the only thing, like, I can really just think about consistently, she took me in as her sister, like, for real, like, she became like another part of me. Nobody knows about the late night conversations and things that we go through and talk about, but that was like my ride of like
I could call her for anything. She was always there, we went out. I miss her calling me, doing her hair, always looking at her hair. And I miss being able to her house. Wine days, cooking for her trying to do my hair. It kind of still hurts. I'm very selfish with my memories of her anyway, though, because I just feel like that's all I got left. Why share it with the world? That's kind of the only thing of her I have left. But I will say, the one thing that I wish I could tell her is I'm sorry. About a week before she passed away, she called me and she told me she wasn't feeling well, but I was out of town at the time. Had I known that the tragedy would happen a week later, I would have been the first thing smoking down the highway when she called me, but she didn't want to be a bother before. She was like, oh, never mind. It's okay if you're out of town. I wish I would have went. Like, that was, I didn't know that was the last time I would have been able to see her. And I still wholeheartedly love my sister. I'm riding with my sister regardless. And I will always appreciate her. And thank you, Myliah, for the love. Sissy.
Myliah, we love you and we miss you. Something. Say we love you.
Hi, I'm Wanda Smith. I'm Myliah's bonus auntie. Her mother has 2 boys by my uncle, and we've been best friends since then. One memory I have of Myliah is that she would always smile and be pleasant and be beautiful. And she came downstairs. It was a lot of people in the room, but I was the first person that she spoke to. She gave me a hug. She was very sweet, shy, beautiful girl. We miss her dearly. I just had that little memory of her. I hate that she suffered like she did. I'm glad we had the time to spend with her on earth as we did, but we shall meet again.
Right, just want to tell you about my mama, about the beautiful Myliah. I met her years ago through Christine, and we shared a few wonderful times together. She was an amazing person, a beautiful person. So excited to read this book, and I hope it reflects on just how beautiful she really is.
Well, I met Myliah when she was about 3 years old through Christine, which was my childhood best friend, and then turned into my sister. So being acquainted with the family, and we became physical family when our families married together. So Myliah became my official niece, and so I've known her since 3 years old. And memories of her as a kid, just running around, dancing. I mean, we had so much fun together, so many memories. And then growing up with her and just watching her grow into a woman. I was so excited for her to be the niece that I loved and fell in love with at 3 years old. I mean, when she finally became her own and we grew up, and then she came to the last memory that I have of her coming to my housewarming in 2017. And she was just so excited about me purchasing my new home. And she was in and out of the house, and we was dancing and laughing and eating and singing. And to this day, like, I'll never forget just looking for her all through the house, and she was just laughing and full of joy, excited for me on the purchase of my new home. And that's just, ever since then, her spirit has been in my house. So she lives with me. Her spirit lives with me physically. She shows up, she's always there, and she's never left my heart, my soul, my life. And I miss her so deeply, so dearly. She was a ray of sunshine. She was one of the most beautiful souls ever to walk this planet. And I miss her. I love her. And I thank God for the time that we spent together. And I thank my Mila for giving birth to her. And that's it. That's all I can say.
Myliah loved family. There was nothing she wouldn't do for anybody in her family. She loved her parents. She loved her brothers. She loved her grandparents with everything in her. Her aunts, her cousins. Everybody was like sisters and brothers to her. She loved